My contents page was decided to follow a more conventional approach to magazines. This was for function over form, since a contents page needs to be clear and direct when informing the reader where they want to be. I used a landscape image to cover the whole double page spread area, and then I made this image black and white. I wanted it to cover the area since it gives the page a more open feel, opposed to what you'd find in many regional magazines like Exposed that are much more boxy and closed off. For this reason, I believe my contents page challenges the conventions of regional magazines. However, in the skateboarding genre, this technique is used quite often, like in magazines like Thrasher. I used a semi-transparent white background on the left-hand side of the page as to separate the text from the main image. The page numbers juxtapose the contents by sitting beside them in the same font and size, making it easy for the reader to understand. The front covers, along with the contents page, to me, are the most important factors for your magazine style. These two aspects will be similar in most issues, therefore making them important when determining your style. People will recognise the style between the two pages and build their liking towards the magazine based on them. This will decide whether they want to read on, essentially. My original draft was to have an image of someone skateboarding, performing a trick, and then I would have it look as if they were popping out the crack on the page. I liked this idea, but I felt it didn't look clean enough for what I wanted and wasn't particularly necessary. Instead, I made my image more interesting by making the model's clothing in colour, contrasting with the rest of the image and highlighting that they're the ideal self/partner. Giving colour to this aspect of the page also hints towards the idea of escapism, considering that the rest of the page is contained in black and white, whilst the model is in colour, connoting to freedom. It was important to relate all of my pages back to the region of Sheffield, and I did this through my photography quite often. Sheffield is known for its steelworks, being nicknamed Steel City. This has connotations to a cold aesthetic that I took advantage of, giving a dreary, slightly depressive look. I did this with black and white images and a blue, black and white colour palette. This could also link to the idea of escapism, showing that skateboarding can help get away from such dreariness. The image of the skate park along with the model looking towards it is supposed to show again the idea of an ideal self. This is supposed to make the reader want to be there and skateboard themselves. I included an image of the front cover on this page as it is one of the generic conventions of contents pages and helps the reader to recognise what issue it is. This is followed by contact information and social media tags so the reader is able to contact the business with any queries or even just to follow them for support.